Hey, Dev here, coming at you with some more Town Hall 11 action, and the first thing we're going to show you today is J-Rock getting it done. He's still newish to Town Hall 11, and so is this base obviously, but kicking off with a Queen Walk, and he is hoping to walk this Queen from the north corner down to the west. He's going to use some breakers here to breach. Hasn't got the Warden in support just yet. Warden at 11, probably a little too weak for that, but still would have been good just to make sure that she wasn't going to take any damage there. Once he's certain that Queen Walk is going to go the way he wants it, he does set a screen with some giants and then some wizards, and you can see up there that flank is now starting to be chiseled out so that the bowlers can go into the core via that air defense, and that king in the center, central hero, is not always a good idea, going to drag the bowlers in as well. Now the Warden's in behind the Queen, finally got there. Note that the priority target of the Eagle Artillery, not really a priority target at this stage. He knows he's going to pick that up as a matter of course, as those heroes, as predicted, do drag the bowlers in. So watch out for that. Queen gets the treatment as well, as rocks come raining down, ruins her face, and now you can see here that the rest of the bowlers just carve out that core. A Warden pop right there would have been great, a little slow. He does pop it in a few seconds, which I think was, there you go, a little unfortunate. If you had the, if he was a bit quicker on the button there, all that splash and bombs and stuff wouldn't have wrecked most of his fragile little bowlers. But in with some breakers just to release that king. He's got the Warden and the Queen, and then you're about to see what happens once you get amongst it. I'm going to speed it up because this attack is pretty much done. He's got some bowlers in the CC for cleanup. Not necessarily the best cleanup troops, but they do a job, as you can see that one taking out that camp. So speeding up. It's worth just watching these things in double time, because I think you can actually get a better feel for what path is going to happen as well, and that helps you decide the pathing when you have that 30-second countdown at the start of your raid. So yep, you can see here just one or two defenses at a time. No match for a 41 Queen with healer and Warden support. And J-Rock gets the triple. Like he said, good way to start the day. And let's not forget a very, very good looking dark elixir there of 6.7k. Fantastic. All right. So lately I have been focusing on the ring bases, and today I'm going to show you some more. I'm going to show you some ones that go really well, and I'm going to show you one that doesn't quite go so well, quite embarrassing for me, and then I'm going to show you a masterclass from somebody who actually attacked me and ruined my day. Now, pausing here, look at this very common base layout. You see this all the time at Town Hall 11, and this base was set up quite well because clearly this person's been attacked before. Note where the placement of all the traps were. Typically you'll see a Tesla sort of sitting in here and in here. That's to try and stop people from using wall breakers straight away to pop and try and go through that side, and then clearing these buildings, because what you want to do is lay a jump path in through there and get to the town hall. So we'll kick off with my giants and wizards, and the intention here was to try and see if any Teslas were going to pop. They do, but slightly different to where I was expecting. Fortunately, the breakers were drawn. I used 2 and then 2, which was a mistake. You'll see why later on. But again, with the Queen Walk, you've got to be patient and make your breach. Try not to do it on the corner, try and do it on the flat, and you'll see why, because I really want the Queen to take the path from south to east here. Hence why that wizard is there, just to get that other trash done. And from here, the closest building next is going to be that archer tower, then the gold mine. Bam, okay. Then some more archer towers and wizard towers. Here come the CC, 3 loons and a dragon, so that rage has already been dropped, dropping that poison early. More skeletons designed to distract my queen. So this person has set this base up in order to be quite hard to get to from that flank. The reason, of course, that's why the dark elixir storage is there already. Because that's the priority target these days. People want that dark elixir to get their heroes to 50 and 50. So good bait. So Ganting 196, you've done a good job, I think, in distracting my queen. But unfortunately not strong enough. Now, there's those 2 breakers. Should have been a third. And there's the P.E.K.K.A. Now the P.E.K.K.A. is a good addition to the team. It does a lot of damage, okay? It's got quite a lot of tanking, but unfortunately, fortunately as well, it does draw the Eagle artillery fire, which does give you a little bit more time. Just pausing right here. When was the best time to drop my bowlers? After I put the jump path down, yes, but healers right there. You really want value from your healers. The bowlers are going to walk underneath them. They're going to take some damage. Hopefully the healers peel off and start working their magic on the bowlers as they go through. All right, and some witches as well with the skeletons. So there's the rage nice and early just to bring the pain, and then popping the Warden ability to stop any traps and that first Eagle artillery salvo. The middle of the base, the core is folding up. The Queen and King are wrapping round. All right, and the healers are supporting the bowlers and the witches, which is ideal. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to drop the Inferno Tower or the Expo. With the Warden on the rest of the team, though, I can see that flank, that left flank is dissolving, and so is the right flank coming around the top. Still got the Queen ability. We'll pop her later on. I'm going to speed up, but spoiler alert, 97%. I don't get that Expo or that Inferno or that last little gold mine on the outside. Again, though, if I'd had another 15, 20 seconds, I could have maybe I would have been able to get the triple here. It, of course, was those skeletons and those CC troops that was going to be the deciding factor in that. So it did delay me quite well. All right, so that was a good one. Okay, and here comes a not so good one against Birdman. Possibly a Rick and Morty reference, not quite sure. Right, so this type of base, we've seen this all the time, and the Eagle artillery was down, and it didn't really work for me in this particular case, and you're about to just see why that Queen didn't end up walking the way I wanted it to. And looking back on it, I probably should have attacked from a different angle, but I was greedy, wanted the dark. Ideally, I wanted the Queen to start here and walk that way. All right, but the way that these buildings were structured and the fact that I didn't quite funnel correctly, starting off with the P.E.K.K.A, using the baby dragon as bait. I had a feeling there'd be a bomb or two there. Unfortunately for the baby dragon, yes, there was. All right, and then the healers. There's a real danger the healers were going to peel off and attach themselves to that P.E.K.K.A, but fortunately they stay with the Queen. Warden doesn't know quite which way to go. And it looks good. My Queen is going to walk, and then she's going to go for that Tesla and then the gold mine. Then, unfortunately for me, she's going to walk the opposite direction, and she's going to go for the Wizard Tower here. So I really did need that Wizard Tower down. I knew the P.E.K.K.A wasn't going to do it, but I was trying to clear out any of the traps and stuff as well. And at this point, I knew it wasn't going to go quite so well for me, but fortunately the Eagle was down, so I could deploy the rest of my troops. Second P.E.K.K.A, still not deciding whether or not 1 or 2 is correct, just to get that dark, because from here I had a feeling that my bowlers were going to end up walking around. Now here's a good lesson, all right? I'm just about to drop some jumps down to try and get the rest of my bowlers into the core. It's not going to work for the simple reason that the hero pads and the expos are going to spread my bowlers both ways rather than driving them in straight. There's the first jump, there's the second jump. Again, more patience, I would have got there, but it was those 3 critical structures that were going to pull me off course. Had I got my Queen walk going round, again, they would have been pulled off course. All right, so the bowlers went in. I had a witch that popped into the core, which was quite useful. There we go, there she goes, and unfortunately when the CC is deployed, the dragon, the hound and the loon that come out end up wrecking her day. Right, so again, quite frustrating. This type of base, you see it quite often, usually at Town Hall 10. You would have thought I would have been able to break it open by now. I don't see it that often up in Town Hall 11 and Legends, but it is annoying, and you do see that sort of structure in war as well. So here is another attempt for me to break it, and the low-level Town Hall 10 defenses, yep, made a bit of an embarrassment of me. I'll speed up though. It was the hound and the loon. Now I've frequently said that I'm not a fan of a hound in there. You can see the hound's not doing anything. It was in fact the loon that ended up doing the damage. If I had a second poison, different story. Why didn't I pop the queen, by the way? Because if I did, it would have destroyed the hound, and then I would have had to have dealt with the pups. Okay, so that one was not so flash. And, oops, and then this one here that I'm about to show you is really not flash from me. Quite upsetting, in fact. 49%, losing 30 trophies and didn't quite get what I wanted. It all started to go wrong pretty much. Okay, there's the baby dragon pulling out the bombs. Started to go wrong when the queen went into the core here. So here I wanted her to walk from the east to the north. And she did a good, okay, we'll just speed up here. She did a good job in clearing out most of the stuff, but because I didn't get this gold storage and this air defense, okay, when I do deploy my bowlers, because I didn't clear out that flank enough, I couldn't get them through the middle. All right, now because that army camp didn't go down, okay, giants in the CC is a good distraction as well, if we're on the subject of delaying things. Because she went into the core, I didn't get that air defense. And I really wanted to get to that town hall, obviously, but she wasn't strong enough to get there. Popping her ability, maybe a rage would have been the key. I did drop the rage and then decided to try use it with my jumps, 1 and 2. They were off track, okay. We'll go back to normal speed. You can see some have gone to that air defense into that cannon. The P.E.K.K.A. and the others have gone with the king. All right, so again, just trying to make sure I had the right troops going the right way. Wall breakers randomly for some stupid reason. What am I doing? What is my life? All right. Here I thought I had a decent enough funnel, but the bowlers said, no, you know what? You don't actually have the right funnel. We're going to go this way instead of towards the town hall. It is the witches and the wizards that see some sense. Now the bowlers are starting to come round. Okay, they're going for that expo. Some of them are going for that course. So some have made their way. And then watch this group here. Watch this group. They go one way. Nope, they go the other way. If I had a bit more power in that core, I would have got this town hall. Watch as the clock ticks down. This is the part that really rips your undies out and grinds my gears. The bowlers had no rages. The bowlers had a perfect lock on the town hall. So close. Look how close I was to getting that W. All went wrong with a poor queen walk, unfortunately for me. All right. I did promise a masterclass in how to do this. I am going to run out of time. So the next video will start off with a detailed analysis of me getting smashed for 100% on defense. There you go. Have a look at that. And I'll see you ready for the next one when you log in and see the notification for a brand new video. Okay, so as usual, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a comment. It's good to be back, and I'm glad you're watching. Thanks very much. Dev out.